just before we get started, please make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Today on the podcast, I have Jalan Earvin. He is the owner of 4GM Clothing Line, also plays football at Columbus State University. Jalan, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
So, man, before we get started, how's everything going with you, man? How are you doing? Our world's kind of crazy right now, all this stuff going on, but how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just been working on my clothing brand and just training for football, just trying to make it.
Right. Yeah. So tell us a little about your clothing line, man. How did you get started on that, man? What popped in your head that said, okay, I want to start a clothing line? So tell us about how the story of how that all came out.
Well, really, it was like at the end of my 11th grade year in high school, I wanted to start one, but I just never did. And then 12th grade, I just started like actually starting it. And then it just popped off and I just kept working. And now it's where it is right now. But this is not really where I wanted to be. I wanted to be on the next level, like way higher than this.
Yeah, man. So tell us a little about yourself, a little background about you, before we get more in depth into the clothing line, man. So we get to know who you are, man. Tell us about yourself.
Well, y'all know my name, Jalan Earvin, and I went to Eagles Landing Christian Academy, same school as Jaden, and I played football, played basketball also, and really that's it. I'm intelligent.
Yeah, man. So you go to Columbus State, man. So talk about just the challenges that you face with being a student athlete while also being an entrepreneur, meaning, in the business field. So talk about that and the challenges you face with that.
Well, challenges that I have faced were like me doubting myself on like, am I putting too much effort into my business than football? Just things like that. But I know I'm doing both at the same, like working at the same pace, both of them working hard. But it's just, I just think about that sometimes. And like, do people just see me as a designer and not football also? But I know people know me as like football and I have a clothing brand. But like, what I actually do now is designing, but I play football, so design comes first, then football. So
Yeah, man, totally. And right now, especially in this modern era, man, entrepreneurship is really king with money and just
yeah,
making a living in our world. And so now with COVID hit, that really killed the business world, especially the small business world. So talk about, man, how it personally affected you, academically, athletically, and then in your business. So talk about that, man.
well, when COVID hit, we was in 12th grade, so it just affected us by us just going online and having to be online. But with my business, it really didn't affect me because I still had social media and everything that I could post on. I don't have a store, so it doesn't affect me. I'm all online.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And so, like you said, man, when COVID hit, actually, man, if you remember, it was our second semester of our junior year. And
Yeah,
when it hit, we all went online and we didn't know what was going on. If we were going to go back to school, if we even, if we were going to have a football season our senior year, right?
yeah.
So it was tough having to make that change. But the biggest thing that, everybody has to be able to do is adapt to different situations, no matter what the case may be, whether it's school, your hobbies, personal hobbies, businesses, or whatever it may be, football. So the fact that we were able to adapt to going online, and then got lucky enough to come in to the building our senior year. So I really I'm glad that we were able to do that, man, because I did not want to do an online senior year. That's
Yeah,
not what I wanted to do. Because that's something you have to experience physically, person.
yeah.
So talk about this, man. So you got your clothing line, man. So talk about the different products you guys have. What you're selling. What yeah, what you're putting out there on the market, man. Talk about it for a second.
Well, I'm really trying to sell like really everything you can think of, like shoes. I'm really starting to. That's a thing that I'm really starting to. I already know what I'm gonna do for my shoes. I'm gonna drop shoes soon. People don't even know about that yet. We do hoodies, sweatpants, really everything. I'm trying to do everything that you can think of, socks, anything. Just trying to do everything.
Okay, okay,
But I just feel like shoes are gonna take it to the next level.
right. Yes, of course. Yeah. So, what would you say are the things that you learned since you've been doing this for over a year now, right? Or at least over a year. So, along the journey, what are some things that you learned that you didn't know when you first started, and some things that you're continuing to learn as you keep moving day by day, being the owner of your own business?
One thing that I learned from, because March is my first year of having my clothing brand. So one thing I say I can learn is that manufacturers, they help you make more money than just you making it yourself. Like you can still make clothes yourself, but manufacturers will make you more money because you get to flip your money and they just do it. They just do it for you and you don't have to do anything.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, man, manufacturers, it's really big to have those because not only that you're having to do, like you said, everything yourself, but you're able to
Hmm.
get things out at a more efficient, fast pace.
Yeah, in time, like 1 to 3 days shipping, stuff like that is way better.
Right. Yeah. And now that, like you said, social media is is really the main facet of how we share our brands now, how we get things out to
Yeah,
people. Because we're in 2022, man, and everything is almost digital. Digital age is really help businesses now, especially in your line of work. So
yeah.
talk about, man, how social media is really helping grow your brand and just helping you connect and reach out to more people and get your product out there across different lines.
Really, to be honest, Instagram really I feel like helps me with everything. Cause like one day out of nowhere, this rapper hit me up out of nowhere, and I sent him some clothes, and he said he's gonna get some other rappers to post in my clothes, but I'm not gonna say yet because they just gonna post whenever they post.
Right.
But and he also like did a little video in my clothes and stuff. But yeah, I feel like Instagram is major is big for me, like because that's where my page is, where everybody get to see all my stuff, and on my website also. So yeah, social media is like everything for my.
Yes. Yeah, it is the king of it is the king. I don't know what we would do, man, without Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, man. Like what what would the world be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be
So
weird.
yeah, it would definitely be weird. So man, talk about what your role, your how your relationship with Christ has played a role in developing you not only as a football player, a student, a man, but also, of course, owning your own business. So talk about how your walk with Christ has helped you in that journey, man. Talk about that.
It has helped me like with football, just always believing in him. Like when when COVID hit and no scouts came out because of COVID and I had to go to Columbus State, it just made me just think like God has a plan for me. Like I have to just keep going with it. Like at least I'm playing football in college. That's how I thought about it, like in a positive way. And then like with my clothing brand, just like I know God has me doing this for a reason. Just like how he has you doing the podcast for a reason. Like
Yeah.
there's a reason for everything. Like everybody has he has a plan for everybody. That's just how I feel about
Yeah, man, you're totally right. And it may not be the same plan, obviously isn't. But and we may not see it right away. I think that's a big problem that we have, man, as humans, that we tend to think, oh, this is what we need to do in life. This is our purpose. Like we want to just see that right away, and we think we know what we have to do, but
it. Yeah.
most of the time that's not the case, and we're totally wrong. And then we screw ourselves up because we think we know it all. And you try to make our own way instead of following the path that Christ has set for us, man. So I like how you mentioned that everybody has their own specific purpose in life that God has
Mm-hmm.
set for them, and you just have to continue to work hard.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, man.
and have patience. I feel like patience is the key too. Patience.
Yeah,
Because some stuff comes like this for people, but some stuff doesn't. You
Right.
just have to just keep working and just be patient. It's gonna all come.
Yeah, you mentioned patience, man. So talk about how patience played a role with you, man, because I believe when you first started this, it wasn't popping off immediately like it is now, right? So talk about the
Mhm.
patience you have to have as far as waiting to get it to become popular and get it to the level where it is now and where you want it to continue to get.
Well, really, like when I first started off, it was just popping like in the school, like in our high school. That's like, and it was popping outside of like our school, but not really like how I wanted to, like how it is now.
Right.
So I just had to have patience and just keep working.
Yeah, keep working, man. That's the thing. Patience is key because nothing happens overnight.
Yeah,
Tom Brady didn't become the greatest quarterback over of all time overnight, right? He,
yeah,
took hard work. Just keep getting after it, man. And I want to tell you, man, you've done a great job with this line. Keep going, definitely, because
appreciate it.
one day it's gonna be in stores everywhere, and everybody's gonna be rocking their 4GM shirts on, man. So
Yeah,
definitely keep that going up, man.
you
But
keep going with the podcast too, because I was just thinking last night when you had texted me and you was like you want to do a podcast. I was watching an interview of somebody doing a podcast on this famous person, and
yeah.
I was like, dang, one day like Jaden could have like a whole little building and he can have people come and he can interview like famous people and have a podcast. Is that where you're trying to get?
Oh, of
Like,
course, man. Yeah, I'm with the podcast. It started as a personal hobby, and I've been doing this, believe it or not, for over a year. To everybody who's out there watching, if you just started watching my podcast, I won't be doing this since about March. No,
yeah,
January.
same
No,
time I
January.
started. Yeah.
Last January. Yeah, last January 2021 is when I started this podcast. So I've been doing this for over a year, and I never thought it would get to where it is right now, and where I wanted to obviously keep growing like you. I wanted to keep growing and keep getting bigger and bigger and better to the point where I'm talking with people that like in all different places in the world, like professional athletes or professional people in society, political people, whoever it might be, man. We have to set goals in life, man, and we have to work to achieve those goals. And once you have a foundation set of the goals that you want to accomplish, all you have to do is just work to get them, work to
Yeah.
achieve it.
That's
So
all you gotta do.
yeah, that's what I feel is key, man. So now, Jalen, what would your advice be to people who younger aspiring entrepreneurs who want to get into this field, whether it may in whatever business it might be, whether it's hair or clothing or whatever it might
Mm,
be, talk
yeah.
about what they must do and the mindset they have to have to really get it to manifest into reality.
I feel like first you should love what you're gonna do first. First, you should actually love what you're gonna do first, and then have the mindset is like you just have to work hard as you can to, like how you said, to get to where you want to be. That's all it is, working hard. You just got to work hard and just make sure you love what you're doing first, because if you don't love it, I feel like you're just gonna just it's not gonna,
Yeah, you're wasting your
you're not
time.
gonna do it to the best of your ability.
Right, and you'll be wasting your time. And time is of the essence, man. It's key. We don't have much of it. So if you're doing something that you're not really fond of, and but you could be spending your time doing something that you really love. You want to do something that you love doing, because not only are you using your time wisely, but you're doing it because, well, that's what you want to do in life. That's your goal. That's your end goal. So I think, to everybody out there, man, stay focused, keep working. Don't get down if nobody, if you're not getting recognition you think you deserve. That's showing fuel you more. You could speak on that, man. Like that if you're not getting what you want, it should only fuel you to get what you want, just to keep working and keep working and keep working. That's the mindset that was instilled into us while we were, coming up in school, right? Just keep
Hmm.
going after it every day, and I think that's something that we should continue to carry on in life, man. So,
Yeah.
my last bonus question for you, man, before we head off the air, Jalen, if you could have anything in the world, what would it be and why? See, I got you
Um.
with this one, man.
Uh. I don't really know, to be honest. Like I want things, but
Just one thing,
like,
man. Like what one thing that if you could have just like one thing in the world, man, you don't have to
or
pay
one thing
anything.
I'm working towards, like getting right now. Like one thing I can have in the world is I want a Tesla. I want to buy my own Tesla,
Okay. That's what's up.
and
Yeah.
like just know that I bought it myself from me working hard.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will have to say if there's one thing that I would want anything. I don't know, man. That's that is. I see what you're saying. That's a
It's
tough
hard.
question. That is a
Yeah.
hard question. Um, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I can't. I ask you that question. I can't even answer it myself. Um, I think it would be just to have everything that I want to do in life just set and accomplished, man. Just
Yeah,
finish
me too.
everything I
Same,
want,
same.
man.
Yeah,
Materialistic wise, yeah, I think that would be nice to have
yeah,
like a Tesla. That would be really cool.
yeah.
If I had to say a dream car, probably be a Challenger or a Demon for me. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I think just for me it would just be accomplishing what I want to have accomplished, man. That's what I would want. Everything
Yeah,
in my mind that I set forth that I want to do, just have it all finished, laid out, done, and continue to just get better, man. That's the only thing I would want. So
yeah. Same. I
yeah,
just
man.
want to accomplish everything.
Yeah, man. So, but that wraps us up, man, for the Pursuing Excellence podcast. Jalen, I appreciate you coming on, talking with us,
Appreciate you too.
man, sharing your clothing line and everything about that, how you started that up. It was a great story, man. Just to see how you came a long way with it. Just again, keep going, keep reaching out, man. Keep expanding it, man, and keep working. But so before we get off, man, tell us where our viewers can find information about your products, man. How could they see? You mentioned you had a website. Talk about that for a
Yeah.
minute. How they could find that.
You could either go on my Instagram at 4gm.clothing and click in the bio, and our website is on there. And you can either follow our Instagram, and we post a lot of products on there also.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys heard him. Check him out on Instagram for GM Clothing. I'll put the link to his website in the description to this video, so you guys can check that out as well. Jalen, thank you for coming on, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, you have a good day. Okay.
You too.
All right.